When you think of Arizona Heat, think of the artist Fat Mike, star in the making and a top-tier lyricist. If you want to know who in Phoenix got bars, this Southside native is a name to mention. His passion for music and hip-hop is evident in every bar. His energy and ability to storytell is like no other in the city. A standalone talent with the ability to win a crowd with his animated performances and his heartfelt deliveries. A true lyricist, a bar lord, a star on the rise. So take the journey as we go through the life and the mind of the artist, Fat Mike.
Hip-hop call him wordsmith. Whatever you want to call it, we call them spitters in hip-hop. None other than Fat Mike. How you doing today, brother?
I'm good, man. I appreciate you asking, but thank you for letting me on this beautiful platform you created, man.
Hey, man, I wish I would have done it a long time ago, man, but hey, divine timing is everything, good brother.
I know that's right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, man, I got to ask, where did it all start for Fat Mike?
It's in the south side of Phoenix, 19th Avenue on Boker and on Carter. My nana house was on Boker. Me and my mama stayed on Carter, right there on 19th Avenue and Southern.
That's what's up. There's Lindo Park over there, huh?
Lindo Park.
That's what's up, man. Shout out to Lindo Park, man. Shout out to South
Phoenix. The barnyard. Bradwell's Bricks Park. You know what it is. Y'all know what it is.
Yeah, man. I used to be over there back in the day, man. On 19 to Southern, man. But you know one thing I did know? I didn't know Fat Mike was over there killing shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't know Fat Mike was over there ripping it, man. Hey, man. So, Fat Mike, man, tell the world, man, when did you start spitting, man?
I've been writing poetry since I was real young. I think 7th grade, I wrote my little first little bars, my first little pun bars, my little radical, you know what I'm saying? We cover, but my lyrical miracle shit for sure.
Yeah, that sound like Big Pun.
Yeah.
Big Pun. So like most of us, we were introduced to East Coast hip hop first. My favorite East Coast artist is AZ though.
Yeah.
AZ, my favorite line in hip hop is on Sugar Hill. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, I want a villa in the Costa Rica where I can smoke my reefer and enjoy how life's supposed to treat you. Lay in the shades of the Everglades, find a lift ever paid, wearing the finest fashion tailors ever made. Man, come on, man. What you know about that? Come on, man.
Yeah, you had me. I couldn't run it with you. You had me, but yeah, though, yeah.
Yeah, man, because like most artists, they do start off writing poetry, but the parallels are there.
It's what it is. It's just spoken. The spoken word is command, bro. It's the sword. It's the most powerful thing, motivational thing. It's the most influential thing in the world is a man's tongue.
Absolutely. Clearly, you're a writer. I don't know, but when I see you on the internet, it looks like you're freestyling.
Styling I really do is in the process of writing. You know what I'm saying? Maybe in and out the shower between doorways, walking into Wendy's or wherever I'm going. but I'll do it publicly though. But you know what I'm saying? But battling like that type of stuff was my initial approach to freestyling. But Supernatural and all the kings of that. Like I don't want to say I'm a perfectionist as a writer, which is why I don't indulge in freestyling. Because freestyling is a game of error. You feel me?
Oh wow!
Wow. Is what it is. It's I aspire towards perfection, so that's why I enjoy writing.
I mean, it shows up in your music. I mean, I got first put on to you from what's the song, man? I'm better than you.
Yeah,
man. I'm talking about we can go down the list, y'all. Hold it down. I don't see you. NBA Streets. That's the one that really got me like that. I can relate to that one. You know what I mean? In a major way. You know what I mean? But that beat, your delivery on that bad boy, on that thing. And man, your production, I gotta tell you, man, it's there, homeboy. You do your own production or what?
So no, man. Right as of right now, I'm paying for everything. So except for I just started working with a crazy producer. His name is White Mike. If you look on my shop, I'm my recent music. His last couple tracks has been by him. You'll hear his name soon, but he's so dope. Other than that, man, I'm buying them off of beat stores. Or I pay for my studio time. Engineered by Freeze, man, has done a lot of my work at Demon Studios. But yeah, I pay for everything. Everything's better when you pay for it. Shout out to So Ratch.
Hey man, and you can tell, man, because your quality is A1. I got to tell you that flat out, man. To any artists out there, man, if you're gonna put out some music, man, make sure it ain't slopped up and chopped up, man. The engineering, man, the sound quality is there, bro. I'm gonna tell you, man. Clearly, like you said in your song, this is what I do. I can tell that's what you do. You know, I can tell that's what you do, man. And you mentioned ciphers, man. So, how long you been ciphering? You cipher from day one?
Day one.
Do you think that's a relevant thing to hone your craft to get to that level?
Well, for me, like I told you, I grew up battle rapping. So that day one, my first introduction to rap was, well, again, the homies, the homies, if it wasn't West Coast, if it wasn't this, then this we ain't. So, but for me, that was like my little school books in the pizza box. I was going home and listening to Pun and L and Redman. You feel me? Like this is what I'm listening to. Like I like Pac and Dub C and all the shit that we out here, Lynch, all the shit that was going on at that time. But for me though, it was the wordplay for me that intrigued me, that brought me into hip hop.
Because I see from your posts, man, from your social media, for anyone that don't follow this guy, you hear variety in a wide range of skill set. You see, like you mentioned, Redman and different artists. You're very animated, very creative, and you're very sultry as well. Man, you sing, you do every damn thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Tell me if I'm wrong. That song right there, man. Tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Tell me if I'm wrong is just, that speaks to all, yes, the fake people in your life. People ask me, even the people close to me, because people know who they are and certain, but I actually, like every 2 to 4 bars, I was speaking on a different subject and or person or generality. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just, tell me if I'm wrong. I'll tell you that you're right.
Yeah.
Like if I made a mistake, tell me that. Don't stand next to me knowing I'm doing something stupid and not move forward.
Hey,
like and keep nice. and not stop. You know what I'm saying? That way we don't make this. Then get away from me. That can speak to a relationship. That can speak to a friendship. That can speak to your career aspect, where you going in your life, and who you choose to indulge with business wise and move forward financially with. Because men and women out there trying to do anything, you have an incredible tool with your phone at your hand, but the money is out here. It's out there. You got to go out there and touch. Like shout out to bro, and it's these platforms and it's pooling resources that's going to create something and a momentum that can shift all of our lives.
Absolutely, man. Even the cut, we don't talk no more. Man, I like that cut, man. That cut.
Shout out to my baby mama.
That's what it was about to be. Hey, Mike, man, listen, man. Hey, man, look, I was going through this situation myself, man. I played that song through the wrangle, boy. Hey, that's a cut. That's a cut too.
Shout out to Suave too, man. He coming. If y'all don't know, follow him, Suave, man. SUAVE, capital A, the letter A.
Yeah, man, and man, that's man. I got to tell you, man. For anybody out there, man, that don't know, man, this brother here, man, is a true bar lord. You know, it's a real spitter. Check him out on all DSP, man. Fat Mike. That's Mike, capital M, capital I, capital C. You know, it's an AZ native, a true spitter, man. The lyricism is through the roof. Through the roof. I got to tell you, man. So you mentioned writing poetry. You mentioned the ciphers, man. So some of the places you step foot on, man, where you really got your reputation.
So back in the day, man, it was different. So like the famous Sam's era, for those who know, like that time of Hindu was out there, Southwest Coast, or Fifth Coast. Everybody was out there. Heat was doing their thing. But for me, like, we was standing on tables, man. We was on Mill Avenue. We was, the sets. We was Third, Jackson's on Third, the Buzz. We was everywhere, man. We was kicking that shit, man. If you got to rap, man, you got to drop. If you say you rap, you got to pop that right now. We got to do that now. Like, you got to start rapping now. Yeah. And I'm on you, and we was banging, so like we really on you. Yeah. Like really, so it was a little. But I'll be honest with you, prison.
Yeah.
prison, man. Because I mean, the wealth of talent on these yards is abundant, man.
Mm.
Excuse me, real quick.
Yeah.
My phone back here. I still got a landline.
Oh, you good. You're a businessman. You're a businessman. Fat Mike
Yeah,
Productions, right?
Fat Mike Productions, exactly.
Yeah.
.blogspot.com. Come check me out.
Uh, so you mentioned the yard, man. So how long you jokes?
15 years, man. 15 years and 9 months. I just got off parole, man, a couple months ago, 2 months ago.
Congratulations to you, brother. Salute, man.
I
That's what's
appreciate
happening,
that,
man.
man. Thank you.
Glad you made it, man. Glad you made it, brother. Hey,
Yeah.
man. I tell you what, man. So being behind those walls, man, what did it do for your craft? Because you mentioned the competition in there, man. The talent there, man.
So it's funny about I had bursts of writing.
Mm.
I wrote a lot. Like, don't get me wrong, my 10,000 hours has been reiterated a couple times though. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I don't know, man. I've never felt more growth as an artist now, writing music and being in a, like I said, I'm paying for this time, like being in a professional recording, having somebody telling me, like, I'm delivering my bars different, bro. I'm writing my shit different. Sometimes I don't even write it. Like I record my music different. You know how important it was for me, like how right now to this day, I mean, I need to go in there and one take this whole verse. I don't
One
care if
take.
it was, I need to one take. I need to do what? No, I like the importance of the enunciation of the words,
True,
being on
true.
time in the pocket. It's great to rap off 16 bars, to sing your chorus all the way out, or rap your chorus, and when you beating on your chest and you rapping for somebody. But when it comes to this music and the aesthetics, like, you can literally just say it bar for bar on time with the best enunciation, such as, and pop it in and punch it and let the person who you pay to do this shit do what it's supposed to do. And for a rapper, for a real MC, that's very difficult to sit down and, bite your knuckle like, man, like, because you be like, hey, man, I want this. And bro's like, I got you, truck, engineered by Freeze. Shout out. And he's telling me, and he's helped me, like, greatly, so, but as far as writing, man, I think if y'all want to write, if y'all want to become great writers, read and write. I read more than I wrote in the penitentiary. So if to be honest with you, if I most of my growth probably came from my reading and my thirst for knowledge and and the need to escape into the fantasy realms, because I was probably reading more fantasy books than information books, and financial, because I was teaching. So I teach financial literacy, like I was doing all that out there. So in there, but it's just, it goes to stand, like, application is everything, and that was devastating when I came home to learn that. It was humbling, like, man, I had all these grandiose plans, like I wanted to hit the thing running, and then I went viral, my shit, like I had traction, like, but then I had nothing. I didn't have no music out. I didn't have a way to get to it. I was, I needed all these things to implement, and I was just, going to work in my baby mama house, like trying to figure, like just trying to get day to day, like trying to figure out how to put my whole life back together, because they took me when I was a baby. I ain't never had a chance to be a man or have any responsibility, or I didn't have a man to teach me that either. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never had that. I was robbing people. That's why I was out there robbing, doing what I was doing, trying to support, even though I did have a business and got my audience and owned my own home, and I was a full-time student. I was doing all that while I was robbing and banging and doing all that other shit. Like, I was trying to get where I was doing here. I got my audio engineering. Like, I was trying to do it, but the rubber met the road. And I honestly think that was because the person I was then, could have never sustained being the God I know I'm going to ascend and become.
Wow.
That's like, and so that I feel like, and even now, like I just wrote a song called which is gonna be dropping here in a couple months called Why Did I? With the Losers Club. Um it really speaks on, the trials and tribulations of life itself, but also um speaking to a higher authority in question about, purity and intention and penance. You know what I'm saying? And karmic debt. Like how much of it? Like, because I know how much I did. I know how much I took, how much pain I've caused.
Yeah.
But is it the humanity in me and the selfishness that makes me feel like I've already paid my debt and I keep receiving? Like, even though I try hard and I've maintained this, I've been a good man, according to the law. I've been, or in everything I've seen and become as a person. You know what I'm saying? Like, I decline. I sit here and I struggle, and for everything that you see, and I pay for all that shit. I work hard and I pay for all that shit. I'm a good father. I do all that shit, and every other spare second and dime I have, I spend in this music shit. And in the deepest parts of my soul, I feel like in detriment to the larger picture, because I'm doing everybody in my whole generation, in my bloodline, a disservice by working those fucking 40 hours a week.
Hey man, you're getting heavy with me, Mike.
My fault. Yeah, it's too early. Huh? We too early in this.
No. Hey man, anybody that know me know that's how I rock anyway. You know what I mean? And so, but now it's interesting you saying those things, because it shows up in your music. Because a lot of MCs today, it seems like they just put out music, but all of your track lists, from your titles to your delivery to what you just said about the song you have coming, everything sounds intentional. So if I was someone using my wisdom, my 45 years of wisdom, listening to you, man, it sounds like you're not doing a disservice to your lineage, because you're not giving out a fuck the world kind of message. You're giving a message that's intentional. It makes people, it's thought provoking, it's healing. Not only that, but you mentioned something, man, that I rarely hear people speak of, that I'm a great supporter of, and that's reading. You know what I mean? And reading, in my personal opinion, man, it takes your mind to another level. It takes your intent. It takes your understanding of life. It takes the way you view life different. And you mentioned the type of literature you were exposed, you were into, which was the fantasy world. I had an individual who introduced me to that type of literature back in the day, and I thought it was weird. But when I actually paid attention to it, it was meaning behind it. Similar to like the movie, The Chronicles of Narnia. You know what I mean? There's meaning in that if you really pay attention to it. It's spiritual intent, and it can definitely help a person grow in every way.
And now we have the opportunity to give visual aid to it with ease and without cost or really any effort. You know what I'm saying? So that's where, be ready. Fat Mike Productions. It's gonna get real special.
Hey, man, tell us about it, man. Because is it too soon to say?
Just all out. I want to give when you say I write my music with your tenor, absolutely, and write and the song titles, all of those things correlate. When when the visuals come out and you see there's gonna be short films. I've written a play. There's gonna be a play coming real soon. There's gonna be anime books and cartoons. You're gonna see skits. You're gonna see, like, all this thing is being built right now, but unfortunately I'm doing it by myself, and there's a financial leash. And it's part of the reason why I stay under the radar, and I'm humble. I don't speak out. I don't go against. I press the like button. Now, everybody who's moving or doing something, if I see you doing something from out here or whatever, man, I'm pressing the button.
Right.
If I like it, I'm comment or whatever. But either way, man, if you whatever, I'm always pressing the button. I'm never, and I'm not trying to get but I'm coming. And when I start moving like it, you gonna have, your work is gonna have to show and prove, man, because I'm striving for excellence every day. You know what I'm saying? I don't have any illusions about how hard it's going to be, but I absolutely have every firm understanding that it's going to happen. So I'm ready for it.
Absolutely, man. And with that level of intent, it's going to happen. And speaking of which, that you spoke on, man, the funding behind your craft. Because even with social media, you mentioned earlier you're going viral, which is hard to do. You know what I mean? For a lot of us, man, this platform is intended to, it's called After the Break. I don't know if you know the meaning of the title. It originally started from a radio show, After the Break. So when people come from after their break, they can tap in. But After the Break has a broader meaning after you break the mental chains. So after you break the mental chains, you can see the light. So the people that I have on this platform, include yourself, you know what I'm saying, the messaging you're giving can produce that, a breaking of mental chains, you know, breaking out of the norm from what we see, because people are very lax and comfortable where they are most of the time, you know, and people don't trust the process. When you're doing something intentional that's very life-changing, it takes time, man. It's a marathon for real, man. It's a real marathon. I respect what you're doing, man.
Thank you. Yeah, and it's so many of us out there that became black sheep that are without people of understanding in their corner or anybody to help, you know, and to do those things, man, you got to do something different than what normal people do. And normal people don't understand that shit. So don't let them, if you understand your purpose, attack it with vigor and without pause or recourse. And I promise you, you'll be successful. Just understand the shit in your head, man. That's what it's gonna be. That's what it's gonna be. Even in the and you exude those moments when you're and if you have moments of other thinking or otherwise, keep that shit to yourself.
I don't know if you saw this. There's been a lot of pushback from artists about payouts on digital streaming platforms, or most DSPs, because they don't like the breakdown, because the majority of the take into the record labels. So my thing is this: if you're an artist, form your own record label, submit that to the platform, and you can get it the way they get it. You get it 2, 3, 4 ways. As an owner, as a boss, and as an artist. Am I wrong for thinking like that, or have you noticed that? What do you think about that?
No, absolutely no, absolutely not. But the reason why it's made to seem that way is because, like I said, if you're if you're a being of divine purpose, your direction and understanding is going to be different from the mass. But everybody spoke, man. Everybody has understood. Like, shout out to Talib Kweli, man, and what they're doing. They got, like, Black Star just put out an album that you can't go on no streaming platform. You have to go on their shit to go buy their shit.
Right.
We all can do that. Go get our little LLC. We can all sell direct to consumer, and everybody understand this. 1,000 loyal fans is better than 1 million views a day. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you're giving YouTube. You know, Jay spoke on YouTube. I like, you know, I don't like all these, everybody scrolling and shit, and you see a lot of shit, and it's a lot of information. It's a lot of one-sided bipartisan shit. And it's, you know, it's kind of, it's hard truths leaning in a different way to spun with the narrative. You know, I understand words a little bit. Right. So there's bits of truth everywhere, but people, please think for yourself.
Right, because that sounds like true independence. Yeah, I mean, if you're depending on a streaming platform to pay you what you feel you're worth, that doesn't sound like independence. But like you mentioned, if you present your product to the public in a way directly, that's independence. It's like selling out to Trump back in the day.
Man,
the first person I saw to do it digitally was Ryan Leslie, and they looked at him like he was a fool. And that was before these platforms blew up.
No, like it's and you know, it's a lot easier said than done, because I'm doing it right now myself. You know, I'm part of the problem, you know, so I'm not, you know, I don't want to but that's what it is. You know, in the beginning we're given this thread. It's an illusion of freedom, but it is a thread. It's a lifeline. It's something that you can grab onto, get what you get out of it, learn as much as you possibly can, and a certain aspect of life or where you can find profit or find whatever the fuck you're good at. and just all you got to do is own it.
Mm.
The world doesn't respect, and no government, there's no form of currency that respects anything but ownership.
Mm-hmm.
So anything else is a farce.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So of course, artists, go create your own platforms, man. Go get your LLC, man. Just start focusing in and honing in on what your taxes are, and how that implements in everything you do, and every day, and every time you get gas, and whatever you do in your life, it can be attributed to your finance and how you move forward. You just have to go and get the information. They don't give it to you, but it is available. What they give you is the direction they want you to go in. So whatever you consume that they're giving you for free, even the schooling, is leading you in the direction they want you to go. But
Yeah.
you have the ability to not choose to indulge. But how many people can get a Lego set and build a boat? I don't know.
Yes, it sounds like artists back in the day. They complained about how they were treated contractually, and how they felt robbed and how they felt shortchanged. But at the end of the day, it's like you just said, they just lack the knowledge. They lack the knowledge, and the average
What
person,
they do when they get the knowledge, though, did it to the next motherfucker.
yeah, they do. Yeah, they continue the process. So it's like, man, but you just said you get the game, keep it going, learn more, get more game. But that don't mean run game, because I see these guys doing it, and then it's like once they learn, now they understand. Now they want to, like you said, do it to someone else. You think that's to like what they say? You got to pay your dues.
Yeah.
So
where you think all that shit gatekeeping shit came from? That's why the younger generation don't fuck with us like that. Because the cats that were in those positions that ended up, even the ones that were persecuted by those they were persecuted by those companies and record labels or whatever, and endorsements and all that shit that they lost, and the funds they didn't recoup and all that shit. Once you were persecuted, you turned around and took the knowledge and little bit of money you had and persecuted the person under you and didn't give them the knowledge you just acquired after being stung. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's gatekeeping right there. That's the truth of gatekeeping. You know what I'm saying? There was a generation above you that learned the hard way.
Right.
And had a choice. Either I can profit off of you by keeping you ignorant, or I can make sure that you don't. And the only people that do that is to fathers to their sons. And because ain't no more, and that so we're all guilty. It's just this younger generation has a fish they got an eye on it. They can see it. They got all the information in total, so they can judge it for what it was. And go look at it. Go look at the last 2,000 years, man. Don't look, man. Go even look at the last 30, 40 years. Our dad's daddy ain't shit.
But they say the game is to be sold, not told, Mike.
Okay, but is that right? Is that right though?
I'm not saying it's right.
Is that right?
I don't think it's right. Me personally, I don't think it's right. This is what I believe. I believe all information is valuable. But I don't think that everyone values the information. And I think that's what waters down the game. Now, is it fair? No. For everyone to be treated that way? No. But people do water down the game once you open the floodgates.
And the scavengers in.
Yeah, I think that's in part too of what we see, because you have a generation of artists and business people as well, that just see the opportunity of independency. You see the opportunity of convenience, and they just go for it. Like you said, they look back on the flaws of our generation and people before us, like, man, what did they lack? Okay, it's available to us. We're going to do it this way. We're going to go get it. Since they ain't give us a game, bump them. You know what I mean? But it's no level of appreciation for the struggle. Because when we see artists today, because of the convenience and the ease of punching in, now they freestyle. They taking advantage of the tech. Well, I ain't gonna say taking advantage of the technology. They're just using what's available because of advancement and evolution. But they don't take it as serious as people like yourself. You know, people don't write like that. People don't put thought into concepts. People, they don't do that anymore. It's like they don't value the craft anymore. They're watering down the game.
It's the same for the listeners.
Ooh. What you mean about that, Mike? What you trying to say, Mike?
I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it in quotations. I ain't trying to hear that shit.
Ooh.
People ain't trying to hear that shit, man. People ain't trying to think that hard either. Like same way motherfuckers ain't trying to sit down and people ain't trying to think that hard either. So there's whole movements in the culture where, like when I said earlier, when I said lyrical miracle shit, that shit came from people like, oh man, ain't nobody trying to hear that shit, man. Ain't nobody like, man, that that conscious, that super, multi-syllable, like double entendres on top of entendres, scheming, like man, throwing like that shit comes from the listener too, and that was the implementation of melody, man. Melody is God. So if in music at least, forget like I want you to stay on track with me. So melody in music is the deity. Like there's nothing more important in music than melody. For a rapper, for an MC, initially as a writer, we don't understand melody. Melody is a gift. To be able to create melody is a gift. Like with amongst like so when and then the implementation of being a good writer, and then there's the aspects of showmanship, the business. There's a million different little things that it takes to be, whatever, and nobody has it all. That's why it's important to get as many people as you can to contribute to your artistry. Find other artists to compile with, man. Go reach out, go step in those studios, go listen to the people, go, man, get in your car or whatever you got to do to go into the next city or the next state and go in those studios and those rooms and those clubs and those open mics and those ciphers. Like all of those things are, it's the only way to grow. The best, the only great warriors become great through battle experience. You know what I'm saying? That's just the bottom line of it. You want to be a great writer, you're gonna have to write a lot.
Yeah.
You want to be different, you have to do different shit than other regular people. And that's not gonna make you look cool. You know what I'm saying? That's not, you ain't gonna be able to show out. You ain't gonna have, you ain't gonna push with the beamer when you go out. Like it ain't gonna be that. You ain't gonna have your shit ain't gonna be that. They ain't gonna be falling all over you. You ain't gonna be, you're gonna go through life by yourself. You know what I'm saying? Telling these things to yourself and actualizing them and watching people watch you, waiting for you to be successful before they ever engage or give you any type of flowers or nothing. So, man, it's not for everybody.
Yeah, but yeah, you're right, man. But those with purpose, man, can stand the test.
And they need us. They need us all.
Absolutely. I think it's a God. I think people like that are God sent. They're God sent. It's like for me where I am, this space I'm in. I'm a guy. My purpose is behind the mic, delivering a message, creating a platform for people to get a spotlight to deliver their message. But people with purpose, not just anybody. People with purpose.
And that's a privilege to be. That's what, like I said in the beginning, it's a privilege. It's a beautiful thing you do, and you are an absolute necessity. It's important we all engage the way this is. Like this is a beautiful moment. This is a beautiful engagement that can. Like you told me, you saw me with my brother T Bones. ILS,
shout out T Bones. Yeah.
You saw me with my brother the first time on 98.3.
98.9.
And then you saw me and so who knows that's gonna be on your channel that sees me that decides to see me later on Facebook or Insta or TikTok or fatmikeproductions.blogspot.com. All that so absolutely, man. Or just please, anybody who has even the inkling of a baby spark in you to go do something like this, please go do it.
Yeah, man, walk in your purpose, man. Everybody have purpose. Everybody's purpose isn't the same, and it's not up to us to be critical of what someone else is doing either, because we don't know their purpose or their calling. You know, that's like I hear people say, if you believe that, won't you do this or do that? That ain't my calling. I can speak on it. I'm not going down it or dog it, but I can speak on it because it's in my view. You know,
Absolutely.
but everyone has a role to play. You know, like you have a production team, you have guys where you do your visuals, the editor, producer, you know, mixer, you know, all of that stuff.
I wish I don't have none of that shit.
It don't sound like it, man. It don't sound like it, Mike. Hey, man,
Nah, but nah.
It don't sound like it, Mike.
Nah. But you know what? Like, it's not saying that. It's just all those people that I deal with are all just like like I was just saying. It's because I went out there when I came home. I went out to open mics. I went out everywhere. I stepped in the studio, I did, and I met these people that introduced me to people or did these things and took cards and called people and did shit that I ended up meeting a videographer that would do a video for me for $50.
Yeah.
You feel me? You know, found a good studio was literally, bro, Show Rats, man. Show Rats BU. Charles, man, I love you, bro. You know what it is. You know, but bro saw me rapping in a park and was like, bro, I gotta take you to the studio. And he took me to Epicenter Studios, engineered by Freeze.
Wow.
You know what it is.
Yeah.
You know, and started this shit. In a couple months, I released my shit and I just began mine. It changed my whole, and because I was home for a year already. I lost my son. I had my son right here. He's disabled. I've been indulging there trying to work, get this money, build enough to try to give you guys this thing that I wanted to give you, but never felt complete enough to actually. But finally, it took like a brink of destruction and a moment of insecurity and not having any clarity. Like, man, am I gonna fail? Was I wrong about, you know? Because we're all gonna have those moments. I've struggled mightily. Let nobody tell you no different since I've came home. It's been, you know, I've had, you know, I'm learning. I've had a crash course in reality and manhood and all types of shit since I came home. So, you know, it took all that shit to get here, and I'm still, you know, clawing my way through shit to get, you know, have this type of shit happen for me. But that's how you do it. That's how you got to get there. You got to get out there and rub. So, no, bro, I don't have a team of motherfuckers. I don't have nothing. I have people I call and pay for their service to help me exploit mine. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why all the other shit isn't happening and you don't see it is because I don't have enough money to call the other people to make that happen. Because I don't have no fucking friends. I ain't got none of that shit. Like, that's just some real shit. As a man and all the rest of that shit, I spent 15 years in prison. Trust me, I know who my friends are. You know what I'm saying? I don't have any. I don't have many. That's not true. Like, I don't have like people. Like, I have brothers. You know, I have people that are you know. But like, as far as that other shit, like, man, ain't nobody come at me. Man, why ain't nobody calling me, telling me, like, you know what I'm saying? Ain't like none of that other shit is I have to choose to get up early and go, you know, do whatever I'm gonna do if I'm gonna be healthy, which I barely started doing that again and doing anything good for myself holistically. You know what I'm saying? I got to do that, and then I got to shower again and go to work and do my work, and then I got to come home and take care of my baby. I got to eat and make sure my baby okay and what and such and so forth, and spend my time and do what I do, due diligence, and then I got to shower again, and I really got to get to work, and that's when it starts. But that's a choice I make right there. When I do the norm and the regular shit that you got to do to sustain life, I have to sacrifice the majority of my evening and night. No, I don't get 8 hours. I'm not afforded 8 hours of sleep, or else you wouldn't hear or see none of the shit you do. And it's just, and that's part of the leash too. So I encourage people to get out there and find people that can be a friend, that are willing to indulge in your craft and help you, and eventually will sacrifice some of their time, maybe even their money, and invest in your craft. But the only way to do that is get out there stomping on them, put your feet on some people's neck, and let them know you out there.
Absolutely. And see, man, you walking in your purpose and your vision, man, it opened doors for all those opportunities, man. And all those people were put in your path, man, because you were obedient and you were true to yourself in your heart and what it is, you know, the gift God gave you, man. Because you got a gift, Mike. You got a gift, man. You got a real gift, man. So, man, Mike, before we get out of here, man, give the people your social media information from your TikTok, your IG, your Facebook, even your Cash App, man. How can they support your movement?
So my name is Fat Mike, FATMIC, like microphone. MIC is an acronym for anything positive. Fat Mike Productions.blogspot.com is my personal domain. You can see my streaming portal soon. There's going to be, like I said, there's going to be merch, everything you can buy from my platforms. Fat Mike _Productions on Insta, Fat Mike 19 on TikTok and on Insta, Fat Mike on Facebook. That's my business and music page. The Mike Espedicueta, you see I signed in through, you know what I'm saying? That's let you know too, because I spent that 15 years in penitentiary. All my shit is public information. Ain't nothing. I'm really him. My shit, you know, nobody got no question marks on my shit, you know. So please, I'm begging you, come just take a look, listen. You know, go listen to the music. Don't let me tell you, don't let nobody gas you up about what I am. Just put the headphones on, turn the lights off, lay back, smoke something, and check. Have fun, you know, have fun listening to this shit.
Absolutely, man. Man, you mentioned the acronym for Mike, man. What does the acronym mean?
Moving concert. It's a double.
Okay.
It's a double. So Master of Ceremonies is the MC.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The I, the moving concert, is to move in unison. To move is one.
Wow. Heavy. You see, world, that's what I'm talking about right there, man. So they need to be supported because he damn good. You know what I mean? Straight up, man. Hands down. You damn good. You know what I'm saying? He damn good, man. Check him out, man, on all streaming platforms, man. Check out his social, man, all that good stuff, man. Fat Mike, and the name on the screen, because you know I can't say your last name. You already know I told you that. I said, man, I don't know how to say it. Because I say Mike Espedicueta. Cueta. The Cuete.
Espedicueta. It's going to be a drink one day. Espedicueta. That's royal blood. That's royal blood. That's indigenous royal blood, Espedicueta. You can go look that up too. Go check it out for yourself.
Don't get it twisted. I know people may be watching me and just thinking I'm just gassing this guy up. Nah. He hit. He slapped. But it's on the West. He got slappers, cuz. You know, hey, straight up, man. Hey, yo, Fat Mike, man. Keep doing what you're doing, good brother, man. I'm proud of you, man. And yo, man, much respect to you, man. Much respect to you, brother.
Thank you so much, man. For real.
Hey, man, keep mashing the gas, man. Salute.
I'm done talking. When I look up to that sky, I don't see you. All that talking that you did, where it leads you. I waited through the smoke till it got see-through. I made it to the other side and realized I don't need you. So for all them times you look down, we up now. What's up now? I made it from the bottom to the top. Yeah, we up now. So for all them times you look down, we up now. What's up now? When it comes to that money, baby, we don't fuck around. I heard you was talking shit. Yo,